Hello everyone. I Priyanka, Assistant Professor of Lakshmi Chand Golwala College of Commerce and Economics. In today's video, we'll be discussing about a very prominent government scheme called as Seva Bhoj Yojana. This is with reference to Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebration of finale week. So the scheme Seva Bhoj Yojana was launched by the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, and it has been made operational with the effect from 1st of August 2018. The scheme is applicable within the territorial jurisdiction of India. The scheme remains open from the 1st to the 15th of every month. Thereafter, the scrutiny of the applications received will be carried out by a duly constituted committee on a monthly basis. Let us see the objective of this particular scheme. Under the scheme of Seva Bhoj Yojana, Central Goods and Services Tax, that is CGST, and the central government share of Integrated Goods and Service Tax, that is IGST, paid on purchase of specific food material items by charitable or religious institutions like gurudwaras, temples, dharmic ashrams, mosques, dargahs, churches, mutt, monasteries, etc. for distributing free food to public will be reimbursed as financial assistance by the Government of India. Types of activities supported under this scheme is like free prasad or the food or langar, bhandara kind of community kitchen, which is offered by the charitable or religious institutions like Gurudwara, again temples, dharmic ashram, mosques, etc. This financial assistance will be provided on the first come first served basis of registration linked to the funds available for the purpose in that particular financial year. What is the outcome of this scheme? A performance cum achievement report on the activity undertaken will be submitted in triplicate by the beneficiary institutions at the beginning of the next financial year to the ministry as per the following format. A. Location of free food services, cost of the food items excluding GST, GST levied, total GST paid. Next, number of days free food was provided in a calendar month. Month-wise, the data needs to be submitted. Number of persons who were paid or given food in that particular month. And last, at least 12 photographs taken on a monthly basis of free food services given. Now, this benefit of the financial assistance in the form of reimbursement will be provided to the institution that has already paid GST on all or any of the raw food items listed like ghee, edible oil, sugar, jaggery, rice, atta, rava, flour, and the last item that is pulses. So in and all, there are 6 raw food items on which financial assistance in the form of reimbursement will be done by Government of India. Let us understand the application process, how an institution can apply for this particular scheme. Step number 1, the institution opting to avail of the scheme must first register with the Darpan portal of Niti Aayog to obtain a unique ID from the portal. Step number 2, the institution shall enroll itself in the CMS portal on the Ministry of Culture website in a prescribed format and upload the requisite documents. Step number 3, after enrolling with the Ministry of Culture, only the eligible institutions shall be provided with a unique enrollment number of the Ministry of Culture for filing claims for the reimbursement of the said taxes. Step number 4, the charitable or religious institution shall apply in the prescribed application form and upload the required documents as listed below in the CSMS portal of the Ministry of Culture. Now, there are certain documents which are required by the organization to be submitted so that they can avail the benefits of the scheme. Certain documents are like copy of the valid registration certificate, a copy of memorandum of association, article of association, or charter of activities of the organization. Document number 3, copies of audited accounts for the last 3 years, copies of the annual report, if any, for the last 3 years, list of office bearers or the governing body of that particular institution, name of the authorized signatory who will sign all the documents with contact details and email ID, self-certificate indicating that the institution is distributing free food for at least the past 3 years on the day of application and providing free food to at least 5,000 people in a month. Certificate from district magistrate indicating that the institution is involved in charitable or religious activities and is distributing free food to the public or devotees, etc. For the again last 3 years, at least on a daily or a monthly basis. PAN number of the institution or the organization, list of locations where free food is being distributed by the institution, number of persons being served free food by the institution in the previous year, that is self-declaration, bank authorization letter as per prescribed format, and the last document, that is invoices issued by the suppliers for the purchase of specified items. So these are the list of documents required for an organization who needs to, they need to submit so that they can get the benefit of this particular scheme. Now we will see and understand the eligibility criteria under this scheme. Any public trust or a society or a body of corporate that covers under the provision of Section 10 of the Income Tax Act 1961 or registered under the provision of Section 12AA of the Income Tax Act 1961 for the charitable purposes, or a company formed and registered under the provision of Section 8 of Companies Act 2030 or Section 25 of the Companies Act 1956, as the case may be, registered as such for the charitable or religious purposes under any law for the time being in force, or a society registered under the Societies Registration Act 1860 for the charitable or religious purposes are eligible for this scheme. Second criteria for the eligibility, the applicant public trust or the society, as the case may be, must be involved in charitable or religious activities by way of free and philanthropic distribution of food, prasad, langar, bandara, free of cost and without discrimination through the modus of public, charitable trust or endowments including math, temple, gurudwaras, waqf, churches, auxiliaries or other places of public religious worship. Number 3, the institutions or organization should have been in existence for the preceding 3 years before applying for the assistance. Number 4, only those institutions will be eligible for financial assistance which has been distributing free food, langar and prasad to the public for at least the past 3 years on the day of application. For this purpose, entities shall furnish a self-certificate. Number 5, financial assistance under this scheme shall be given only to those institutions which are not in receipt of any financial assistance from the central or state government for the purpose of distributing free food. The institution shall serve free food to at least 5,000 people in a calendar month. These are the eligible people or eligible institutions, the criteria for eligibility to get the financial assistance under Seva Bhoj Yojana. Thank you, students.